We all know that Christ came to this world to bear our sins and to die for us in that cross and to redeem us. Through this, we came to know the definition of love. But have you ever wondered how difficult the process of crucifixion was? Today, we'll be seeing the entire process of crucifixion in a medical perspective. Very happy to meet you all in this next episode of Weekly Pearl program. This is going to be the toughest episode, I think, which I'm going to present because it was really very difficult for me to prepare or to do research on this. Come, let's take a look. The process of crucifixion is first explained in the Bible in the book of Psalms 22. This was written by King David around the period 11th century before Christ. And when he was writing, you know what? The concept of crucifixion did not exist. So this crucifixion was invented first by the Persians in the during the 6th century BC, and it was not like the Roman crucifixion. It had slight changes in it. Like they were just tied or nailed a person to a wooden post, and they would just tie him to the wooden post, and then they would just hang him to death. And this punishment was given only to slaves or enemy prisoners. And then some historians have written that even the Greeks followed this process, but it was ultimately the Romans who perfected this crucifixion into a deadly capital punishment. So this is called as the Roman crucifixion. The Romans ensured that the crucifixion was made into a prolonged suffering. Anyone who went through you know, who got a death penalty of crucifixion suffered the world's most deadly death sentence that has ever existed in the history of our earth. Now, this crucifixion had three purposes behind it, according to the Romans. Number one, they ensured that the person who was crucified was humiliated. The process was in a way that whoever is being crucified, he was humiliated in a way that everyone would look and mock at him. And number two, they ensured that the suffering person or the person who's crucified, he received the maximum pain that a human can endure or the human can receive. It was not just a death sentence, but this was literal tormentation and torture. And the third was it was a public display so that who passes by or whoever sees that someone is being crucified, they would get a fear on how crude or how worse the Romans' punishment was. The crucifixion was never given in a secluded place or in a jail where no one would see. So these are the three main important purposes which the Romans had behind the process of crucifixion. Now, this crucifixion had a particular procedure to it. First, they would scourge the prisoner, and number two, they would ask the prisoner to carry the patibulum, that is the wooden vertical post which the person is going to be crucified, and then they would then nail him to that post. This post was usually made of wood. Now, we will have a look at how Christ was crucified according to the Bible. In Luke chapter 22, just exactly before Christ is being crucified, he goes to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray. Now, that's something huge takes place here. In Luke chapter 22, verse number 44, we can read that, and being in agony, he prayed more earnestly. Then his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down to the ground. Now, the word agony, this is the only place in the entire New Testament where the word agony is being used. This is derived from the Greek word which means agonia. Now, agonia means that it's a violent struggle. So, Christ was going through a violent struggle internally. He knew the kind of um, death he's going to face. Now, there's a big difference between the other people who was crucified and Christ being crucified. Other people's crucifixion was not as worse as Christ because Christ was going to bear the entire wrath of God which was going to come on us. He bore the entire sins of the world. So it was far more worse than what the other people faced. So that's why he's being in great agony. And then the verse says as his sweat became like great drops of blood falling down to the ground. Now, this is a rare blood disorder. This is called as hematidrosis. In our body, there's something called as capillaries. These capillaries are basically blood vessels which carry oxygen and nutrients from our heart to the organs. Now, what happens is that this, out of extreme emotional stress internally, this capillary starts to burst out in the body. When this bursts out, the blood starts to leak into the sweat glands which is there, and through the sweat glands, along with the sweat, blood starts to come out. This is a very rare blood disorder which indicates that Christ went through a severe emotional stress just before when he went to the crucifixion. Now, what we need to understand here is that crucifixion was done exactly how the Roman procedure was. Why I'm saying this specifically is because the process of scourging, which is the first procedure in crucifixion, was done according to the Roman laws. Romans had a law that anyone who is going to be crucified must go through scourging before they are being nailed to the cross. Now, what I mean by scourging is this is actually there in the Bible. In John 19, verse number 1, we can read it as, so then Pilate took Jesus and scourged him. So it was Pilate who scourged Jesus, which means it was surely done according to the Roman laws. Now, the Roman had a procedure for scourging. First, they would tie the person to a wooden post by stripping him completely so that his entire back was exposed. And number two, they would start scourging him using a Roman whip. Now, this is a unique whip, which I will tell you later. And usually, this was done by two soldiers. That is, one soldier would stand on the either side, and they would start continuously scourging on the back. And the Romans did not have any limit for scourging, but the Jews did have, but the Romans did not have. Now, the whip which Romans used is called as the cat o' nine tails. This is not a regular whip which people usually use. The cat o' nine tails was designed in a unique way. It would have a small handle, and then a leather strap would come, and from this leather, this would have 6 to 9 different straps in it, hanging in it. Now, this strap will have iron dumbbells in it with at the end of the strap there will be an iron dumbbell tied to it, and there would be a specific gap, and after that there are sharp bones tied to it, and again after a gap there is an iron dumbbell tied. So this was repeatedly done in that entire straps which is hanging down, and using this whip they would start scourging the back. Now, why do they use a mix of iron, an iron and bone? Is because the heavy iron dumbbell would completely weaken the skin at the back. Now, this will cause the bone, which is very sharp, to peel off the skin more easily. So, when they start to scourge the prisoner continuously, the skin gets peeled off, like, it will look very bad. If I cannot show an image on how it would look, but the skin would come like ribbons. There's a historian who writes that most people would not even survive this process of scourging. That how harsh it was. By this time, the prisoners will not be able to walk. Just imagine, Christ went all through these procedures. He exactly suffered the scourging process and he did survive. There's one more note which I just read. A historian writes that some people even would die because in the scourging process, even their intestines might come out. That's how deep the cuts were. So Christ, by this time, when he had gone through the scourging process, he's in a state where he will not be even able to walk or even talk. He was almost at the verge of being dead. That how that's how the scourging process will weaken a person. Now, I want to read a verse at this point. Romans 5, chapter 8 says us, but God demonstrates his own love toward us in that while we were still sinners, Christ died for us. Now, just imagine this picture. On one side, we are living as sinners, we are not seeking God, we are sinning against God. And the other side, parallel to it, Christ suffered for us just to redeem us. Just imagine the kind of love God had for us. Now, this is just the first part of the process of crucifixion. If it's God's will, we will look into more detail on how the person is usually nailed according to the Roman crucifixion, and how what are the medical disorders Christ faced during this process. If God's will, we'll meet you in another episode of this weekly poll program. God bless you.